Okay. Count to 10. And forever.
Thank you. We got back together.
No, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
There's fireworks everywhere in my head and my mind, outside.
Right? Isn't that hilarious? So we are back.
Yes,
and I'm sure everybody's wondering, where did they go? What did they do? They didn't even tell us. They didn't post a message. Well, the reality is that we went off air because we wanted to strategize how those shows going to look moving forward. And then you have two Boricuas who don't know nothing about technology. So we couldn't figure out all these little cute little gadget things. And we realized that, what did we realize, Marisel, after exploring why we went away?
we realized we got to come together. We're like a magnet. I mean, it's like the adrenaline of getting, our voices heard. We need to talk because tú sabes, los otros hablamos de todo.
Mhm.
And remember, we didn't change our introduction. So let's do our amazing introduction.
Yes. So why don't you start?
Okay, yo soy Marisel Melendez, and this is Boricua Talks, a show about nothing.
And I'm Elizabeth Colon, and a little bit about everything. I think I remember that was right.
Everything, yeah. That's just
Bochinche. And we realized too that we wanted to create like a lineup or do something like, I don't know, want to call it maybe professional. But what we concluded was that talking about nothing and a little bit about everything, that unscripted is what makes our show, right? Yeah. And we decided to just go back to what we were doing, technology or no technology, just Zoom. And you, my fans, have been supporting us, and that's what we're going to focus on. So we apologize for just like going poof, we disappeared like a magic show. We are back, and our goal is to continue to make you laugh on a Tuesday morning, and we're going to go from there. And we have our coffee. I hope you have your coffee.
It ain't easy being a queen.
It ain't easy being courageous.
You see, we're like the yin yang. We're like a magnet. We needed to come back together. It wasn't a like a bad breakup or let's take some time apart kind of thing. But we did do like a relationship as well, because we did take time apart and we did do it very distant. Yes. I was in Mexico.
I was in Puerto Rico and Mexico.
We were like, one was flying in, the other one was flying out. Yes. So, I mean, we had a very interesting end of the year, which 2020. I thought of coming into 2020 like with the vision, like let's see the bigger picture. What is our purpose? What is our passion? But 2020 was like, no, you need to re-examine your eyes because that went down. But you know what? We are survivors. We're strong women, and we have to just move forward. And 2020 is gone. 2021 is here. So we are back here. Boricua Talks, stronger than ever, bringing it to you. Like I always say, my life, I bring it to you. So here is with Elizabeth, and I'm so grateful and honored to be doing the show together with you.
Yeah,
you are amazing. You are amazing. We did a lot of things, despite the 2020, being at home, but we got lots to say. Yeah, lots to say.
We did. Well, this long break, I don't even remember when was the last show that we had, but I do think the holidays was somewhat of an issue, right? Because we had so many things going on, the traveling, me, going to Puerto Rico to see my parents, and then me going to Mexico to spend some quality time reflecting on 2020 and spending time with my husband. But I'm not a drinker. But I was so relaxed in Mexico that a couple of times, the little 2 days that we had sun, I was laying out there having the bartender, margaritas, margaritas. And I was so like, so drunk. I don't like that feeling. But I said, hey, it's okay, right? Because I'm on vacation and it's different. And it was what?
It's allowed. It's
It's
allowed.
allowed.
It's allowed.
It doesn't feel good, but it was allowed.
It's allowed. And then the thing is that they keep them coming, and it's so hot, so you're drinking it like it's, a bottle of water, but technically it'll creep up on you. I had one of those days in Mexico, one.
I had two. So anyway, they keep coming on, they keep on piling, especially when you have a really good bartender, and it's amazing. And you know what? I think if you take care of them, they take care of you. And I was intentional about my trip to Mexico, and that was I made sure to take enough money to tip every single time I encountered a waiter or we were doing something, in a restaurant, whatever that was, because they worked really hard, and the hotel was at 35% capacity, so it was pretty empty, if you want to, but they were pretty cool, and I felt good about that. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna help mi gente. And whatever, and I made sure not to come back with a dollar. I made sure I left my money there.
I brought mine, but this is also a little, like for me, it's like, oh, well, I have money. I have to go back to Mexico and spend it. I got about like $60. But yeah, everything was amazing. Mexico was, well, I technically went into the rancho.
Oh, you did? That's right.
Mexico. And Jeanette was like, we have to like blend in with the locals and stuff like that. I like, there is no blending in with this haircut, trying to milk a cow in Mexico. Everybody knew I wasn't from there.
And I saw that picture. Well, it wasn't actually a picture. It was kind of a short video. And I swear, Marisel, I thought that cow was going to kick you. I saw that little hook go right there.
I mean, if you see it, I mean, I was scared because he was tied up and stuff like that, because it's the rancho and that's what they do to them. I didn't no harm of what they do to them over there. It was just, me trying to fill up my cup for my pajarete. I think it's called pajarete.
I'm not sure. Your bucket? Is that the bucket or something? Is that okay?
Yeah, they have a drink with chocolate and I think moonshine that they have. I don't know. They said drink it. I said okay.
Oh. Well, while we were in Mexico, we did an ATV, which I believe you did too before, and it was cute because there were 5 couples, and we were the oldest. And I was expecting, like, I intentionally stood at the end of the line because I wanted us to be last because I didn't know how we were going to navigate this ATV thing. And we ended up, because we were last, we ended up being first because we had to get the first car in the front. So we were first. And I was like, oh my gosh. I said, I'm like, all these young kids are going to be like, speed it up, right? But my husband did a fabulous job. He was on that girl. He was like, and he was just loving it. And it was such a fun time. And I'm holding on. I'm like, and then we go through the beach stuff. And then we rode camels, which I have never, ever, of course, right? Camels, you would think Egypt, Morocco, somewhere around there. And that was so fun. We were like, whoop, whoop. Because you know how they walk. And then we took a picture of one. They were like,
They have long tongues, right? Like the giraffes.
Yeah, and it drips. It was like dripping. And they all had, I think we had a camel called Nappy, but her babas were like that. And then you're like sitting there and but they're so slow. And then the funniest thing was, of course, we're not, and it felt like we were in the desert because Los Cabos in that area was kind of really deserted. But what was interesting is that they made it feel like you were actually in another country on real camels. So they took like the bicycle helmets and they put white sheets over them. And then they put like a black thing. So we had this white long thing, like a hat. We were walking around. It was pretty cool. It was a great adventure.
Fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. But
When I
no.
got onto the motorcycle, we did the mountains in Mexico.
Mhm.
I was scared too because I don't know, I don't drive stick shift. So I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna drive this? And the guy goes, have you ride before? And I'm like, no. He goes, right here, gas, right here, brake. I'm like, bye, I got this. So with all those travels, we had an amazing time. But also with traveling, we did read a lot too. We have good, interesting topics on what we're reading, and
Yes.
found a new profound love on Audible, which you can relate, right?
I think my brain is too fast for that kind of stuff. Like I can't focus. I try, like I'll be watching TV. I'll have the TV on or well, yeah, let's use the TV as an example. And then I'll be washing dishes and I want to hear it. I'm like, what? And then I have to do rewind. So I know that the audio will not work for me. And you would think that it would if I meditate, right? Like my brain should be like, ew, but I can't. I just can't. So I have to sit down and read the book. But you're right. I read a couple books while I was on vacation and they were really good to read. It was just really great to just, you know, there was always a guilty part of me. Like I didn't even want to post pictures because I'm all about the COVID and protecting ourselves. And then here I was traveling. I was like, well, this is not cool. But at the end of the day, you know what I realized, Marisel, and I think everybody needs to recognize it, right? I don't suffer from, mental health issues or anything like that. And when the whole COVID hit, I was good. Like the first 4 months, like it didn't bother me at all. But as I think the winter started to get here, and then I got to the point was I started to feel it. And that worried me. And I was like, okay, do I want to suffer from some depression or the winter blues? I don't know, whatever that was that I was experiencing, or do I just want to get away? And then I told my husband, I said, we got to go. We just had to go. And that's how we ended up, going to Mexico because my body was telling me, you need to do some self-care. And I don't regret it. We look like Martians because we had a 2 mask and then we had that white shield, right? And we try not to, like I was, my husband, let's not eat, so don't have to go to the bathroom, so we just keep this mask on. Well, we got first class. And of course, what do? They give you drinks. So off came the mask. I was like, and because the plane was empty, so we got first class. I'm like, okay. But always taking precaution. And so I believe that if you truly take the right precautions, right, you wear your mask. When you always wear your mask, I think you're fine. And I wear my mask a lot out there, like in the lobby, leaving my hotel room, by the pool. People are like, by the pool? I'm like, yes, by the pool. We didn't go to the beach because the hotel beach area people were all on top of each other. So we didn't go to the beach because we didn't want to be around people we didn't know and something happening. And we made it back 1 day short of the COVID test that you had to take to come back into the US. So we were happy.
Yeah, that would have been a kind of challenging, but as what you did is self-care, and you listen to your body. That's what it does, take a lot of stress if you step back and just listen to what your body needs.
Yeah.
Or, and then the thing is, yeah, you feel guilty. I felt guilty not doing BoricuaTalks. I was like, oh my God, I owe it to my fans. I miss it and this. But then, I was listening to my body and saying, let's keep going and do a lot of self-care. I mean, one thing I did, which I don't know, pero esto soy yo. One thing that came into my life was a Nintendo light switch. I am very good at Jeopardy. Okay.
That's the kid in you. That's right. That's the kid in you.
It's just, self-care, and it comes in different ways, so you won't go into that funk, of what you were feeling and you needed to escape. A lot of people that are not able to just, escape into, like we did, to Mexico, but there's other revenues and stuff like that, like reading. This is one that you read and you
Yes.
recommended it. So I have like different books. Well, actually, I have only two, one in Audible and then this one, just to change the scenery, because the other
Mhm.
book that I'm listening to, it's called The Perfect Murder. So this one is about self-care and just, inspiring on what to do, how to move forward, and just follow your passion and purpose. And
Mhm.
the other one, we're trying to find out who murdered who. So
So
those are different.
you have
Well,
you got some suspense going on, and then you got some self-care. And I don't know how those two mix together, but I'm sure it's probably like water and oil.
yeah, sometimes I feel like I want to know who the murderer is.
Yeah. So that's good. So to everybody that's out there, our
Yeah.
point about sharing about our trips is that honor your body and listen to it. And, if you have to go, go. Just be smart about how you do it and be
Mhm.
refreshed. Because ever since I have been back, Marisel, I have had the most upbeat attitude. I feel like I can conquer the world. I'm not getting upset over anything. And I feel like life is great. Oh, life is great. But let me tell you, I'm going to shift here a little bit. Look at my pretty face. Okay. I don't think I look old, but I'm getting up there in age. My hand's been hurting. So I finally went to the doctor and I was like, oh, so lo and behold, I have like arthritis in my right hand, which is causing me so much pain. Joe, I feel like a vieja now. And on top of it,
Those lotions don't help.
mm-mm. And this is
Engage.
Bengay, que si que, Biofreeze. Uh, and it's my dominant hand. So when my doctor was kind of discussing sort of like, we'll do this first, we'll do that first, next, and, come up the ladder, I was like, I don't want to sound selfish, but this is my livelihood, right? This is what I used to type, right? And now I'm like, una vieja. Not only that, again, I have it in my right leg, my knee. So the last couple of days, I work out in my basement. I'm going up the stairs and my knee buckles, and then I go like this.
Wow.
I really feel like an old lady.
Andito.
No, it's not fun.
No, it's not fun at all. No, I feel your pain. I was like, my mom in the summer, she had a fracture,
Yes.
a hairline fracture, and she ended up with a cast.
You see?
So it's like, take care of yourself, put some Bengay, girl, you'll be back to normal. My mom está ya, mira, coge pa' acá. Her arm is fine.
Resiliency,
You have
right?
to take care of it. Take care of it and pay attention. So,
Mm-hmm.
hey, tell the hubby, Bengay.
Whatever, So the moral of the story is that after 50, you break down.
Girl, I don't know if I how can I say this? Um Andres, anybody know Andres that comes una vez al mes? Pues Andres
Oh,
been playing games.
yeah.
He's been skipping months. So I'm like, and then I feel those hormones and that hot flashes, and I'm like, what's going on? Pero yeah, the ages ya está cansando. They're knocking. Hey.
That's that premenopausal. I had a hysterectomy. It wasn't an
Mhm.
easy one. I had complications. I went in for 90 minutes and it was a 4-hour surgery. And then after that, I developed many issues, problems from it. I don't think it was the surgery, but it didn't work. Whatever. The thing is, if I could tell every woman to do it, because you would be the happiest woman around, I would. And I know you can't because it is only medically necessary. My physician prolonged it for probably 2 years. But then I finally had to go to her. I said, Dr. Wright, I said, I'm ending up in the emergency room with so much pain that they think I feel like the ER doctors just want me to come there because I want drugs like that, like that morphine, whatever they were giving for fentanyl. And I'd be like, whoop, and I would go to sleep. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't be going back to the emergency room. They're probably thinking estoy loca. So when I had it, I thought that was the best thing. I was like, hallelujah.
Well, I know, Andres is like creeping, like, I'm leaving. No, I'm gonna come back. I'm like, you get the symptoms. I'm like, you know what? Tú te vas a tener que ir para siempre because we're like in a bad relationship. And I'm like counting the days and stuff like that. And it's horrible. But
I
everything
know.
like starts falling apart right
And
about now.
you're counting the days, but you don't even know how many more years you have left. Is it years? Is it months? Right? It's so unpredictable. But Andres, so you're like in a toxic relationship. Andres se va, pero dice, quiero más. And then he comes back.
Estoy aquí para joderte la vida for a couple more years.
I don't even know how many years that is, but girl, I sympathize with you. When I look at these young ladies, or even just my nieces and my sisters would tell me how much pain and cramps they have. I feel so bad, and I went through that when I was a young lady myself. But as an older woman, and you reflect on your pain, and then you see it in somebody who's 15 years old, you're like, oh my gosh, you have no idea what you're in for.
You're in for a long ride.
Yes. And I remember I had a cousin who told me one time that as you get older, the pain gets worse. And I didn't believe it. And she was right.
Yeah.
She was right. Mm-hmm.
My 3 days, no more. No 3 days. Ahora son más. Well, you know what? I don't know, but what I did this weekend, I ended up going to Ulta and buying me this beautiful lipstick.
Oh, that's is that the one you have on?
Yes, it's called Misconduct.
Misconduct?
Conduct. This is by Smashbox.
Mm.
Love it. That's another thing. I don't have nowhere to go. And because when I'm at Ponce, I have a mask on, so I don't need lipstick. But I'm at home when I'm, cleaning or doing something, I've got my lipstick on and I look cute every time I pass that mirror.
Mm-hmm. Well, I forget that we have to wear a mask. So I'll put lipstick on and then we'll leave, right? And then when I get to the location, my red lipstick's all around my face. And it's all on my mask. I'm like, this stinks. Shoes. I swear to you, Marisel, when COVID is over, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to walk in my heels.
No.
Because nobody's walking in shoes.
No.
Right?
Only in gym shoes.
Only in gym shoes or house shoes or just plain old socks. And for a while when I was I started to drive again. I was like, can I, I didn't even know, I wasn't sure about how to maneuver my car. And this is pretty sad that we don't know. We can't wear makeup, we can't look pretty. So anyways, I just get up in the morning and just put it on for myself to come to my office. Right. And actually, when you put makeup on, how do you feel? You feel good. Yeah.
Fabulous. I picked up this also, this Urban Decay, which is soft and hydrating on the skin. Mm-hmm. So something, just picked up a couple stuff just to look pretty. And I did have my lashes extended in Mexico. So when they fell off, my real ones fell off with them. So I wear my lashes, but what you do for beauty, right? And this hair is growing.
It is growing. Oh my God, this whole time I had you on the screen when I should have put side by side. It is growing, but I like it. Yeah,
it's growing. I want it to grow así bien largo so I could go like this. Pero no, ahí está. I gotta puff it up. But yeah, so you feel good, dress up in your pajamas para la sala, because I know a lot of things are opening. Ponce is open, so come and visit me. But it's kind of, really, I've been cooking at home. Like you've been doing some dishes. You did some surf and turf the other day, right? Mm-hmm. You had lobsters and steak. So trying to find the recipes and stuff like that to cook at home, it's more inviting than to go out to, and be, exposing yourself to COVID. So, we'll stay home. We have Netflix galore. Yo le saqué el jugo.
Yo
You're like,
también.
Netflix.
There are times I feel guilty. I'm like, you should not be watching TV. You should be reading and doing something else. Or declutter for when spring comes around, right? Get rid of your stuff that you don't want.
What was it that I am? I'm a hoarder.
You're a hoarder.
I'm a hoarder.
You are a hoarder, no.
I hate to throw away stuff.
No.
Let me tell you, I was doing my vision board and I went into these old magazines I have back here, and I found an article on Tanya Saracho. She's from here, from Chicago, but she's in LA doing her thing. She's a writer, screenplay. She has her own series, Vida. So I'm doing the vision board, and then I ran into her article on how she wants to have more Latinas in TV, and this is from 2017. I screenshot it and I sent it to her. She's like, "Where'd you get this from?" And I'm like, "My collection."
Well, you went from a small apartment to a bigger one, probably double the size, and you still haven't put it together yet because you're a hoarder.
Yes. And
are you really a hoarder? I don't think you are. I think you're just really busy.
and that was she goes to me, less is more. And I'm trying to still wrap myself around it. Less is more. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I have learned over time that less is more. Like, I feel like that I can breathe. Like, so you see, this is my office, and here are my pictures. I finally put it together, and I've also always wanted to have my pictures from my local artists up here. And I had tons and tons of magazines just like you. And I didn't even go through them, Marisel. I just picked them up and threw them in the garbage. I was like, pa fuera. If I haven't read them, and these are not even read, I never even read them, I just threw them away. And you know what? I felt like I was even able to breathe better. Like, less, yes, it's like it feels fresh. It feels clean. It feels like a new start. And I'm still going through that, and I talk about this to my husband all the time. Mario Stefan's graduating next year, right, from high school. Do we want to remain here? And if we don't, we have to start thinking about what the next move is. But just thinking about it, Marisel, and thinking about the stuff that I have to get rid of gives me anxious. I get anxious. I get like, oh, because I feel like I still I have so much. And then I'm like, why did I do this to myself? Like, why can't we, it's almost like I want to be a minimalist, right? That's the word, like the minimalist, that people just live with the bare minimum. Yeah. I think that's the way to go. And you love to shop.
Well, you know what? I've been doing pretty good at that, at shopping. I have, and it was a difficult thing. I mean, seriously, it is like I would put stuff on the bag. Online, I put it in the bag, and then I would forget about it. I did buy some shoes, but they were really, really on sale. But, just adapting to, I don't need it. I want it, but I don't need it. And, the rewards of it is, your financial status.
Your bank account looks bigger.
Like, yes, I have it, and then I started thinking about, the path, my whole life of where I was spending, and, I still find stuff with tags on, so that's uncalled for. So I cleared up closet, and I'm proud of that. Moving forward. So, but I did need the foundation for because that's self-care.
Well, all that stuff is acceptable. It's not like you need 50 pairs of shoes and 20 coats. I mean, I can't talk, but I have realized that I went to Target yesterday for the first time in almost a year. Yay! Because I need a contact solution.
I remember the last time we went together. To Target, remember?
It's been, a very, very long time. And I'm like, I'm not going, because many moons ago, I converted my garage into like the sanitary product area, because I would have tons of toilet paper, tons of soap to wash, detergent soap, hand towels. I'm like, I need to stop doing this. I mean, it came in handy with COVID because I have to go to the store, right? And I could have put all my toilet paper on eBay because I had so many. Pero I kind of just stopped all of that. So yesterday felt really cool to go to Target, and I was very disciplined. I only went for what I needed. So
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself.
It is difficult. It
Yeah.
is difficult, of not. But you know what? It's like they also have, if you want to change and create a new habit, you have to do it for 20 days.
That's hard.
I did do the 20 days of no shopping, by the exception of that one pair of shoes. But I am proud of it. I'm proud of that one purchase that I said, dang, did anybody see me? I felt like guilty, but then I was like, no, because then when they came in, they look nice.
Yeah.
But to create a habit or let go of a bad habit, 20 days, consecutive 20 days, you'll be free, and it's easier. It's
Are you
easy.
free?
Huh?
Are you free?
Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm like, no, if I can't go to the store, or no, I don't need it. And then look at the sweater. I found this sweater the other day. This is from Sarah. I
Look
was
how
like,
pretty it is. You see? Sometimes we don't even know what we have,
yeah.
right? And you're like, wow, I have this? Oh, look at this. Yeah. It's, it speaks volume. I think minimalist living, and I wouldn't go all like completely minimalist, because I'm talking about these people going to those small houses and don't have anything, but less is better. Less
Yeah.
is better.
I have to work on the house, because you know that on YouTube or Netflix, I believe there's a episode where there's this lady, helping people to declutter. I watched it and I'm like, no, I
Yeah.
don't. No, I am not getting rid of that.
Funny that you said that, because I know what you're talking about. It is on Netflix, and I try to do the same thing, like off.
I know. I don't like her. I don't like her voice. But it wasn't that. It was that I didn't want to accept that that's what I need to do. So no, I turned it off.
That is so funny, because they did
I
the
started
same thing.
watching Narcos, Mexico. Michael Peña's on there.
Ooh,
So
that's
I'm
good.
watching it because of him. It's not, every Narcos episode is like so similar on
It
everything else.
is.
Different hacienda or ranch out there in Mexico. But I did watch, what was the other one that
Monarca.
Monalca.
Yes.
And that one's produced by Salma Hayek.
Yes. She did a great job on that one too. I was scrolling yesterday, because remember I told you that at the Monarca, at the series, they brought up another one. And I went and I watched for the first episode. So I went searching for it yesterday, and I can't find it, Marisel. I don't know. I don't remember the name or anything like that. But I did come across, because I went back to the last episode of Monarca, went all the way to the end, and it brought up another series called the Governor, La Gobernadora. And it's Kate Castillo, who's the wife of a governor. Very suspenseful, I'm gonna watch it. I didn't watch it. I only saw the trailer, and I'm like, ooh, this is a good one. So that's my next one. So I'm going to recommend that one without actually knowing, but just the trailer was like, she killed him, threw him off the balcony. It was pretty cool.
And then you know what I noticed about Salma Hayek being involved in that season is that whole episode is the fashion. Anna had a lot of nice suits, and I was like, and then I'm like, look at her bag. She had different bags, different sizes. I don't care about the shoes, because I'm not, me, I don't wear crazy about high heels, but her suits were on fleek. I was like, oh, that's a nice combination. And she was like, so powerful and so put together. So I see Salma Hayek influencing those style and fashionista in that.
Even Andres, right, who was her brother, Andres, that wore gym shoes. I mean, even his look, which was simple, blue jeans, gym shoes, but the coat that he wore actually made up the outfit. And he looked like he was more in style, right? Like very modern. And then the other brother was really business, like with the suit all the time. But they all looked really powerful in the clothes. That you're right. That's a really good point. She did it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
her. That's her. I know it. That was her. Like, no. La cartera, cambia la cartera.
Yeah, it was an awesome show. I mean, yeah, awesome show. So Marisa, can you believe it's been 30 minutes already?
No, I don't want to go.
Y'all, it's like 30 minutes, 2 minutes. I know there's so much to talk about, right? We didn't even kind of talk about any highlights in the community or anything like that. We just tried catching up. It's like it was really fun though.
The BoricuaTalks catch up. That's what it was today. We catched up to everything we've been doing, and we will
Yeah.
never do this again. We are connected at the hip. Elizabeth, I am so happy and honored we got this back on track.
Yes.
I'm here, to bring light into what our Tuesdays for everyone.
Tuesdays or Mondays. We're gonna work on being consistent.
Yes, consistency is the key. That's why I told you about Bones. It's 22 years.
Yes.
It's consistency and being present. So with that being said, we'll see you next week. We'll have more to talk about as always. And Elizabeth, any closing wonderful remarks or cheers with our coffee?
Coffee. Oh, you were really proud of me. I could connect Zoom to Facebook Live if we ever wanted to do that. I figured that one out finally.
Oh, see?
See, I'm getting there. No, I mean, just to add on to what you were saying, I'm truly excited to be here. It's fun talking to you virtually. I miss you in person. I wish we can hang together. I think we're the peas in the pods and we have all this amazing energy. And yeah, we're going to keep bringing it back and we're going to get better. Just be patient with us because, like I said, I'm over 50. You know me and technology. It's just not, I still got a lot to learn. So, with that said, be safe, stay warm.
Exactly.
Thank you for watching. Forgive us for disappearing. I'm not gonna lie, we disappeared, right? And that was we're not living with integrity.
Mm-hmm.
And so, discúlpenos because it wasn't intentional.
Yeah, it was with lots of love that we do miss you. And I just want to give a big hug and a kiss to our fellows over there in Texas.
Yes.
And things will get better. Just stay strong, stay safe. And till next time. Muchos besos.